Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to Ebony Championship Wrestling, where we hit the mat running with all things WWE. We dive into the biggest moments, the hottest rivalries, and give the boldest predictions in pro wrestling. The question of the night is simple: where is Paul Heyman? The boys are here, wrestling is cool, and this is ECW Show. Let's get it.
What's good, ECW fam? Welcome to the Ebony Championship Wrestling Show. And it's your boy with the X's and O's, the man of 100 holes, Coach Monte 24. And I'm kicking us off tonight with one of our segments that has become a staple in our show. It's time for Push One, Turn One, and Title One. It's the coach's turn now to give you my picks on who I believe should be the next to get that big push from the company. The superstar that needs a heel or face turn to help reignite their career, or to just keep the momentum going based on how the WWE Universe has cheered or supported them. And most importantly, I'm going to pick the superstar who was ready for that title run. So, the superstar that I believe that is ready to be pushed is Ludwig Kaiser. Let's face it, y'all. This dude has the look and the killer instinct to be a bona fide star in this company. He is now ready to get from underneath Gunther and do his own thing for sure. He's already proven that he can get down in the ring with the best of them, and he can generate major heat. And it looks like, as of tonight, he's building his way into another feud with Sheamus, and I definitely could see himself getting into title contention down the line. So, who am I turning? I really would like to see a face turn for the dog, the badass, Brian Breaker. He's currently enjoying a well-earned IC title run, and I sense that the WWE Universe is rooting for this guy. With the Barks, they're behind him, y'all. Man, this dude is uber talented. He runs the ropes better than anyone I've ever seen. And the scary part, he's going to get even better. So don't be shocked if you see an organic face turn in 2025. And last but not least, for my title, I'm staying on Monday Night Raw with this one, and I'm actually giving it to a tag team. Y'all know the coach loves some tag team wrestling. I believe it's time for the War Raiders to hold some tag team gold. Since they have been back to their original gimmick, and they've been putting in some work, y'all. They're crazy athletic, and I've always admired for their size how the way they get down in the ring. They've been doing their thing and standing on business lately. And yeah, it's time for them to get them titles off Finn Balor and JD McDonough ASAP. So, ECW fam, there you have it. There's my picks for this week's edition of Push, Turn, and Title One. Let me know in the comments what you think. Feel free to give me your best picks and who you feel should get the next rub. So it's the coach, and we'll holler at you next week. Peace.
ECW fan, what it do? This your boy Griff, aka Griff Nation. Hey, I'm excited to bring y'all one of my favorite segments of all time on this show, Griff Picks. Now, with Griff Picks, you never know what's coming your way, but I had to do a lot of thinking the last few days and been watching some shows, and I wanted to bring something back from the Attitude Era because right now the tag team division is not heating up like it should be, but the Attitude Era Tag Team Division and time back then was very phenomenal. So this week's on Griff Picks, I want y'all to strap y'all seatbelt because I'm going to give y'all my favorite top 5 tag teams from the Attitude Era. All right, let's get this rolling. Coming in at number 5, you got to have some protection. You got to have somebody that's going to drink beer and also going to bash your head when it comes down to it and brawl out. Got to go with my boys, the APA. Number 4, these young, talented guys became one of the greatest tag teams of all time. One of them is in the Hall of Fame as we speak. It's still going as they do it right now. Got to talk about Edge and Christian. Now, the top 3 is going to get a little bit tricky here, but I had to go with number 3 with this one. I know everybody loves chairs. I know everybody loves hardcore. I know everybody loves ECW. But the biggest thing, and they pretty much created a legacy with the tables. Got to go with my boys, the 3D themselves, Devon and Bubba Ray, the Dudley Boys. Number 2, this was kind of tough, but I had to go with this one because this could have went either way. But Jeff and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys, are coming in at number 2. And number 1, the Hype People. They were the ones that started off, got the legacy, the torch passed on to them from Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie. Who can forget the time when they rolled them out in the dumpster? They got to be number 1 in my pick, y'all. Y'all know who this is. This is Badass Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg Jesse Games, the New Age Outlaws. So again, APA, the Acolytes. Number 4 coming in, Edge and Christian. Number 3, the Dudley Boys. Number 2, the Hardy Boys. And number 1, the New Age Outlaws. But let's not forget either, because there were some other tag teams too that many of y'all might forget about. The Rocket Sock Connection, Kane and X-Pac, Hardcore and Crash Holly, even Too Cool himself, and plenty more to name. But they didn't make my list. Those are my top 5. So let me know what you think. Leave me your comments and let me know what you think about my top 5. And hey, continue to like and subscribe and continue to follow us and watch our show. Thanks for watching, tuning in to Griff Picks this week. Catch you later. Peace.
Yard. Welcome back, ECW fam. It's your boy Jackie Miles, and I am your ECW champion. And I am here to give you a fantasy update on the things happening here on the ECW channel. Recently, we drafted some superstars from Raw and SmackDown, and now we're going to update those rosters as well as see the points over the last couple weeks. Let's get started with the first spin, as Coach wanted to get rid of AJ Styles. Go ahead and spin that thing, B. All right, so the first spin for Coach Monte for AJ Styles goes to the wise man choice. So this means that the wise man gets to choose who Coach Monte gets, which means that he gets Charlie Dempsey. It's actually a good pick, low-key. All right, the second spin, Coach, wise man, go ahead. The second spin is also a wise man choice, which means that our wise man gets to choose. Who's he got this time, wise man? Chase U in this mug. Chase U gets a title shot coming up, so that might work out for you, Coach. All right, first spin for Griff Nation, as Griff wanted to get rid of Braun Strowman and Lexis King. So who are we spinning for Braun Strowman? The first pick is also a wise man choice. Who does Griff get, wise man? Shinsuke Nakamura goes to Griff. That should work out for you. We'll talk about that later. And then second pick for Lexis King. What you got for us, wise man? And that final pick is also a wise man pick. Who you got for us this time, brother? Griff about to get bouncy as he gets the young OG added to his team. I'm sure you're going to like that one, Griff. Yeah, I can see his face now. Yeah, he definitely likes that one. These people will definitely help your teams, as the points are looking a little sparse right now. Let's go ahead and look at the points for now. As Coach Monte is in third place previously with 202, Griff with 270, and myself with 380. Griff looks to have done the best with the most wins, but also taken the most losses over the last couple weeks, as me and Coach are kind of similar in our points there. With that being said, the newest updated scores are now on your screen, as Coach is now in third place with 222, Griff with 300, and Jackie with 392, which means still your ECW champion right here is Jackie Miles. I can't see the boys' faces, but I know they're having a great time with this as we speak. That's your fantasy update, ladies and gentlemen. Please come back and check in on us as we run these points every week, and we want to know your thoughts and opinions on what's happening with the fantasy teams. We'll see y'all next time.
Griff Nation, Mr.
Yeet.
Yeet Man, OG Bloodline. It's the
Yeah, we
most wonderful
coming.
time of the year for this guy, man. Just Bloodline everything every week, huh? How you doing today, brother?
Hey, man, I'm blessed, man. All is well, man. Just
Yeah.
recuperating. Long week, great wrestling.
Okay.
Shout out to my followers this week. Got some unexpected encouragement. They say, hey, you the only guy went the Raw. They come on the internet and spoil it like everybody else. So I'm like, oh, hey, just like a movie, like if you ain't see the movie, I ain't gonna tell you about it. You just get at me when you see it and we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
It's
man,
good, man.
just trying to hold my tongue and not say much and did want to see and hear y'all reaction. So I was looking forward to tonight. Like sitting in there last week, I said, man, I can't wait till next week's show to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Versus
Hey,
the next day, but here we are. What's going on, bro?
good, man. Well, we appreciate you holding your water, man, and not updating the page, so that's good, man. Hey, I want to get into this new title, the U.S. Women's title, man, and kind of pick your brain and get your thoughts on, where they can go with it and who they could, put it on. Obviously, we've had the pleasure of seeing a great match, with it was B-Fab, Candice, and Bailey. So let's get your thoughts on obviously that match and where do you think that needs to go? What do you think?
Well, I'm not surprised. The three competitors, first and foremost, I was really rooting for B5. I was not expecting Bailey. In fact, like I said, got nothing against Bailey, but I disagree with her winning that match. I don't think she needed that, in my opinion. B5 was a better candidate, in my opinion, especially for someone who needed to push. And it's just a sad situation. This is just my perspective, but it's a sad situation because you fumbled Indy Hartwell 2 weeks ago, and she was another competitor that could have been in this triple threat and got that push as well too. But needless to say, Bailey won the first match, but I was very excited for B5, man. I was really rooting for her to win and go to the next round, but hopefully, man, she get more opportunities like this, man, and keep on, man. Yeah, man, I liked the match, but I didn't agree with Bailey winning that one because to me she didn't need it.
Agreed. I felt B-Fab. This was a coming out party for her. I didn't get a chance to see her in her early days and obviously her journey to the main roster, but I've always known she had the skills on the mic and obviously she's holding her own in the company. She's still there for a reason, but this was the first time I actually had a chance to see her get down, so I was impressed. I was rooting for her. She held her own. And man, I kind of sensed some of the crowd was getting behind her too. They kind of want to see something different. But yeah, to your point, man, Bailey, why I hated the booking decision for her in this case. I mean, I get it. You got banished from the women's picture temporarily, and then now you want to you want to chime in here and get the U.S. belt. But as looking at the field though, Griff, you got a couple. You got Bianca, Chelsea, and Blair Davenport coming. Jade, Meechin, and Piper. And Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, and Electra Lopez. So what you think about
Well,
that? That's what we
I
got on
mean,
the horizon,
again,
man.
you just those three matches you name.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca don't need it. Jade don't need it. Tiffany don't need it. It's pointless. You got two tag team champions
Mm.
already in the storyline, and you got someone who's already carrying the money in the briefcase, close enough to cash in for the world champ. I mean, the WWE champion, women's championship. I get it mixed up. World is on Raw, but WWE women's
Yeah.
championship. It just didn't make sense. So it looked like they're going one mid card. I'm excited for the other competitors because again, a mid card title is for those that need to be pushed. Now they just filling the void in the gap, just to like put them over. Maybe so, but
Mm-hmm.
you could have done another matches. These could have been 1-on-1 matches. Take Bailey out 1-on-1 with Candice and B-Fat. Take
Agreed.
Bianca out. It could have been a 1-on-1 situation between Blair Davenport, and the same with the other one. So I don't know why it's a triple threat in the meaning for it, but you got four competitors that's in the women's championship going at it. But hearsay, that's just me. We'll see what happens, man. But it just don't make
Mm-hmm.
sense for the others to be in a match and also win for this title. That you got these women that we've been talking and fight for, like
Right.
through the last months. That okay, we got a mid card title now. Let's put it on one of these ones to carry it. So my two favorites, like I said, was
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea and Meacham. and let's hope that they come on top. This
Yeah, agreed. You need to. There's no reason for those ladies. Oh yeah, all those ladies that I named, most of them have been in the. They're heavyweights. They're major title contenders, and you got two in the storyline and the tag team women's champion. So
and
makes
let's not
zero
forget War
sense,
Games.
right? And then you got WarGames too. My favorite, and I think I mentioned this on last week's show. I know I gave her a lot of grief. I messaged you guys mess with me a lot about her, but the first person I thought about, Griffin, after he told you this, is Naomi. If she can't, hell of a match against Nia, that was a great match, and I know we'll talk about it. But if you all this time, she hasn't had a major belt in 7 years, so at least build her, for a mid card. So she was the first person I thought about. So Naomi right now is honestly my favorite to get something, not the deal. So we'll see. But I triple threat out the gate. Come on, man. We didn't need it, but hopefully we can. These other contenders can get a rub. We don't need to see the main women in there.
I will
Yep,
say
go
this
ahead, bro.
too before we close this out, bro.
Hmm.
Keep your eyes out on because she been quiet lately, bro, and she can go.
Hmm.
And keep your eyes open because she's an X Factor artist too, Electra Lopez.
Yeah, somebody different. Anybody that I haven't
Yeah,
seen that can grace my screen that's different. I'm down for it, man. Let's do it. So if this is the equivalent of a North American on NXT, and hey, I think it's time for WWE women mid card talent to rise to the occasion, and but let's do it right. So let's hope they don't mess it up. Let's get
absolutely.
it. All right. Yeah, man. Let's continue to chop it up here with our brother. All right, this is it for the dark match. Always a pleasure, my bro.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right,
Peace out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Let's jump right into the lightning round. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock. I'm going to give the boys a couple topics, and they are going to give me their thoughts and opinions on said topic. Let's jump right into Shinsuke Nakamura attacking LA Knight and got a pure pop out of me because, yes, we need more. Can Shinsuke actually make a resurgence and take down LA Knight? I'm going to throw this one over to Coach Monte.
Yes, I was sad to see him leave. I hope this new darker gimmick that we're seeing there can mean something to where he's more brutal, more violent, and getting even more in his bag. You saw that feud with Cody. Maybe he can take it a level, get even more deeper, and get himself back and to reignite this career. So happy to see him.
Ludwig Kaiser would interrupt the IC title match on Raw between Sheamus and Braun Breaker. Of the three, who would you prefer to have the title, Griff?
Ludwig, man. He power to the people. Like, he made his statement, man. This dude's put in some crazy work, man. He's very underrated talent, man. He's well deserving and earning his stripes, man, making a statement. So yeah, Ludwig Kaiser is my pick in this situation.
Are you happy with the Street Profits and their showing this past week, even though they won by disqualification? Are you happy with how they showed up, Coach?
Yes, because to hang in there with that great tag team and to go back and forth, I knew it was going to be a battle, and it was all that I expected it to be. And hopefully, they might with Dawkins' punch, they might get this heel turn right this time, fellas. Who knows?
We'll see what happens. I'm excited to talk to you about that one in a few minutes here. And then WarGames, our last question. Would WarGames, the women's side has been chosen. Pick your side here, Griff, and then we'll go to you, Coach.
I'm going with Team Rhea, Jay, Bianca, Io, and Naomi. You can run, but you can't hide no more lift.
Coach, your pick?
Man. I'm actually gotta go with, in this case, the payoff is here. You broke her over the bone. I gotta agree. I gotta go with Team Rhea and Bianca and Jay. Too much star power, too much firepower, man, on that end.
I'm sorry, but I know we this is kind of a terrible answer, but I know that WWE is going to pick just like you guys and go with the star power that is Rhea and them. But I'm rooting for the other side. There's a lot happening over there that I'm actually happy with.
I know.
Devil advocate.
There's a lot over there. So
I knew he was going the other
you know
way.
me.
I knew he
You
was
know
going the other
me.
way.
Griff, there were some things that Coach got to talk about that you didn't. Do you want to hit on those?
Yeah, a couple things, man. Shinsuke coming in as the villain, this dark anime character, man. You know, it's his time. You know, like you come back, you took some time off, you went to Japan, got your mind on a whole different level. Yeah, you got to come in and start snatching souls and snatching titles. And Street Profits, I had to disagree a little bit that one because when you shoot a fiery promo like that and talk about some it's now or never or hitting a bus or a title bus, no matter what happened and who interfered. You didn't get the title. You didn't get it done. You know, you shot a good promo. You can put a belief, but you still didn't get it done. So no excuse, man. When you put that title bust out there, it's still a bust. So you put them straps around that waist.
Coach, there were some things that Griff got to talk about that you didn't. You want to hit on any of those?
I believe there's still hope. Well, first of all, I'm staying with the Profits here because there's no way in hell. I blame Tommaso Ciampa, man. Just because your ass can't get it done, you got to get in the way of my boy. So that was BS. We all know that was garbage. So they'll hopefully get another shot. But Ludwig Kaiser, man, that's been my guy. The seeds have been planted. Gunther is letting him fly, and I'm ready for him to, as I said, hey, I mean, he's my push guy. Let's see what we can finally do with them on a serious tip.
Griff, honestly, I agree with you on the promo tip. If they gave you that promo, I got to see some success. I know that they won via disqualification.
Yeah.
Tommaso Ciampa ruined it or whatever it may be, but the get back that comes next has to be like really, really good. So either we need to jump Tommaso in the back as a unit, or like all four of us and Machine Gun Kelly and them, or whatever their name is, Motor City Machine Guns, them. We all need to jump. We all need to jump Tommaso Ciampa in the back, and Johnny Gargano has to make a decision. But that's the only way I get some satisfaction out of this. That's the only way.
Nah, that's good. That's real.
Agreed, bro. Like you come out here talking like you about to do something now. You gotta come up and do it. Ain't no excuse. No matter who interfered. Like we need them straps,
right? Yeah, we gotta have something. And I understand it was on SmackDown, so there wasn't gonna be a title change. But I need some type of success, some semblance of success, and that to me is y'all jumping him in the back. Okay. Let's move it on now to our main event, as we're gonna talk about the thing that everybody wants to talk about. Where is Paul Heyman? I would love to get your thoughts here, gentlemen, on the addition of Paul Heyman possibly. And I want to know who your fifth guy is, who you picked for your fifth guy for Roman's team. Let's start with you, Griff.
You know, I thought about this over the weekend, and if Paul Heyman does return, I don't think Seth Rollins is going to be the fifth member. I think Paul Heyman will return, and the fifth member will be the Paul Heyman guy, CM Punk.
Say more. You can't just say that and then move on. Nigga, like say more.
Oh,
like what?
Oh no. All because when you're in the realm of long-term storytelling, you know, go back to when Punk and Heyman a few months ago had that promo in the ring together when Punk said that he'd rather have you back on your side and be back the Paul Heyman guy he once was. Seth has a brutal hatred with Roman. If it doesn't beat Seth, to me, it makes sense the fifth guy has to be CM Punk. Why? Because one, you give that pop. You blow the roof off the building. It'd be totally unexpected. It makes sense to Heyman to bring in, or if it's Heyman's job for Roman to pick the fifth guy instead of going with Seth. And then, you know, we still have another episode of SmackDown coming up, so we don't know what's going to be said. We still haven't heard Roman's feelings or his thoughts of what Seth had to say about him and everything. So we don't know how that's going to be. But if it doesn't beat Seth Rollins, I'm going with CM Punk as the fifth guy because he's been out. This will be to bring him in. And then also this could start up the fuel fire between Punk and Seth because that technically Seth don't take the spot. now he'll feel some type of way that CM Punk took the spot, and now he'll be wishing that he took the spot.
Okay, Coach, any thoughts on that?
Yep. The wise man has been out reflecting ever since he's been through the table and brewing and finding a way to get back at Solo. He called his shot. He said, "You'll never be my tribal chief." So I still believe his loyalties remain with Roman. I don't know what the meaning of that disconnected call was. I don't know if he changed his number, but I don't want to look at into that. But I see him coming back to reignite the troops and to reignite Roman, more importantly, because to get his mind right and have him, hey, we going to War Games. You get your mind right. You get ready to get your title back. But more importantly, let's get back at Solo. So I think he's going to come back to reunite the troops. Sammy, obviously the twins, and then obviously last but not least, it's going to be Seth Rollins probably by default. And this is just my thinking, just based on Bronson Reed coming in. They have to finish that rivalry there in that cage. That's just my honest thoughts. I really don't see CM Punk. I see him going that route of maybe some get back on SmackDown. I know how the way Raw ended tonight. Seth might have a change of heart. So wise man, you get wise man back, reignite the troops. But my gut is saying Seth Rollins is a fifth guy.
So, Coach, before you go, Jackie, I just want to throw this here. What if there's a backstage attack and Seth is taken out the equation?
That could happen.
Also, let's remember, too, the phone could be disconnected because Solo stumped and broke the phone at one point when he was mad when he tried to call Roman. So that could be another factor of the disconnection, too. So, just throwing that out there.
Oh, yeah. But my gut is he'll be back in the fold and getting them back together. But Seth is at this point, the way Raw ended, it has to be Seth. My gut. Go ahead, Jackie.
I don't know, man. I'm looking deeper into the phone call part of this, and not necessarily. I'm looking into the ramifications of that phone call and not going through. Like what happened between Roman and Paul Heyman that phone call. Like that's the first time you've called him since.
Can't go through.
Right? Remember you kept saying that you was talking to him right after WrestleMania, and then Solo told me that was false. Right? So what happened between you and Paul Heyman that you didn't know his new number got changed, or you didn't know that he switched over to Verizon? What happened between y'all?
Right.
Like that's what I'm looking at. And maybe, and obviously we'll get some more answers on Friday, but I don't know. Maybe they're gonna swerve us with this, because the logical answer is, yep, let's get the whole band back together. Let's go thwart our enemy. But I feel like the Bloodline saga has been so many dips and turns that to me, I don't think that there's any way that you can put Paul Heyman back with Roman just yet. I think there has to be some lasting consequences to Roman. Has to be by himself for a minute. Roman has to figure out why his tribe is not following him as the tribal chief. And I think he needs to do all of that without the wise man. That's just my opinion. So I don't know. I'm looking deeper into the lack of the phone call and why there wasn't a phone call, more so than him coming back and saving the day.
When he I'm still my mind still goes back to the candid shot, that moment after he lost that Mania, when he lost the title, and them to share that moment backstage. Obviously, the Western world kayfabe, but for them but I know there's genuine love there, and that's kind of, and that was kind of last time they were together, and I couldn't really think of a reason why Paul would ghost Roman, after that moment.
Yeah, but I think that's what you have to tell us, right? I think you have to inform us of that information, because you're right. The last time we saw them together, there was that hug, there was that embrace, there was all the love that WrestleMania brings, right? But then from a storyline standpoint, why isn't he answering the phone? Where is he that he's not answering the phone? Why is it disconnected? Right? So those are the questions that I have. Griff, what's on your mind?
No, that's real.
It's so many variables. Like I stated too, I'm just going back to the past of, the phone stump and Solo calling him out, and then the final boss. Like I know it's probably too early to call that, but you just never know. This is it was great. It was crazy about this storyline with the dips and dabbles that we talked about is that Bad Blood, it still resonate with the whole eyebrow and what that means. So now add it on, not saying it is, but could this mean, okay, I'm cutting everything off. I'm cutting off the wise man phone. I'm cutting this off. Like I'm doing all this stuff. So when I really return and come back, I don't know, man. But like you said, Jack, what's the story behind and what happened from WrestleMania to Tamatanga coming in that week and they taking Jimmy out until you got attacked. And then all of a sudden, like, where was y'all communication? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this is good storytelling. This is left open.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like The Rock is the TKO of the board, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? He cutting off phones and everything, and attacking folks from behind.
Right.
So you never know. You never know with this one. But so again, who do we think? Griff said that Seth is going to be that fifth man. Coach, who are you saying is going to be that fifth man?
I'm saying Seth. That's the only, because I'm still thinking, because Punk is still on after that feud. They took some time off, so the only logical guy I can see is Seth.
Can I be honest? I don't want Seth.
I just don't want it to be Cody.
I don't want either of them. I don't want Seth or Cody in this because I think it waters down the feud between Roman and Seth, right? Because we have to get that at some point. That still has to come to fruition. Adding Cody to this doesn't make sense either. I agree with you, Griff, because Cody's not really. Yeah, we said Cody was gonna go off with the white boys, and there he is. And now we still got bloodline stuff over here, and I just. Adding Bronson Reed almost guaranteed that Seth is going to participate, especially now that they've asked him a second week in a row. Yep. It almost guarantees it. It just doesn't. For me, it just doesn't help the storyline, and that's. But
it don't feel right.
Yeah, for me, it just does not help push things forward. It's more of a like the callbacks that we had at WrestleMania of him showing up in the Shield gear, him bringing the chair, Roman hitting him with the chair. All of that was great, and I think we have to revisit that again. Just to finish Roman and Seth. But if you add him here, there's going to be some type of interaction that they have to engage. And I don't necessarily want that yet. Go ahead, Coach.
Do you think now? I understand that, because that was my thinking too. I'm like, no, you can't put him there. And I had this. I shared the same sentiment as you, Jackie. I didn't want to see it, but seeing Bronson Reed interrupt that match on SmackDown, I was like, ah, shit, here comes Seth.
Almost inevitable, right?
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
And so now the thing is, they could in WarGames. This WarGames is known to ignite new feuds in the cage, and then and to carry it into the new year. Who knows? This could be. I know we still got to have Roman and Solo at some point, but who knows, Jackie? This might ignite. We might revisit Seth and Roman sooner than later, maybe before Mania, because obviously he's slated to fight Punk at Mania. Maybe this could be the rematch they get at Rumble. But I know, Griff, I saw that reaction, but I'm just saying, I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate there. Who knows? Go ahead, Griff.
No, because I think where they're going to go with this now is they're probably going to hold Roman and Solo off to the debut of Raw Netflix now. They're probably going to hold that one off for that. And that's going to be the night that you definitely want to bring The Rock back in LA, because he was teased in that promo. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but I don't know, fella. I'll tell you one thing that's funny though. I feel bad whoever on Roman's side go in that cage first, because knowing Solo's going to send Jacob and Bronson in that cage first, and oh, good God Almighty. King Kong and Godzilla. Oh my Jesus!
Isn't that crazy?
That is going to be merciful.
They went and found another cousin from down under. Ain't that a bitch? Samoa's over here and Australia's over here, and somehow our cousins,
Samoan,
we still coming back together. Ain't that a bitch? How many cousins y'all got over there? That's not even a real cousin, bro. Chill out. Like, how does that happen?
Hey,
I'm like, huh?
And you know what's so funny? the taping last week, the way it went, and I saw what happened at the end with Solo, I thought that Bronson, I mean, technically, that moment, I thought, okay, Bronson's the fifth member, not knowing when they did SmackDown, he was the fifth member. Then they did the taping today. They're like, okay, do. So it went off like, oh, shoot, he the fifth member. So we like, okay, gotta be Seth. But then when they showed Friday, I said, oh, nah, it makes sense. They really taped it to set up Friday for Monday. But I was like, man, I like, if they start off with him, Jacob, and Bronson in the ring first,
that's not a fight you want to go into. Whoever if that's a 2-on-1, whoever that one is, best of luck to you, my brother, because that's a lot of speed. Like, forget the strength or you know, the power that those two have.
Intensity.
Yeah, it's just the amount of the speed that they have when they do their moves is ridiculous. Both of them doing, I want to say they did the thing off the turnbuckle. I don't know the names of the moves. Sorry, guys. You know who I am. But when they did the little splash off the turnbuckle, bro, it was so fast. Both of them, not just Jacob, not just Bronson, but both of them moved so quickly. And that, yeah, like you said, brother, best of luck to whoever goes in first.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, boys. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up, man. This one's been fun. I would love to hear your final thoughts as we head into Survivor Series next week. We'll give our predictions on next week, but I would love to hear your final thoughts here tonight. Coach, let's start with you, bro.
All right, man. Let's get the Tiffy time cash in correct, please. It's been on my mind. I still haven't forgot. That was let's call it what it is. It was a botch at Crown Jewel. So we got some making up to do here, Triple H. This lady is ready to take this throne, put this belt on her ASAP, and lead us into the new year. Obviously, there's a lot of contenders out there, but let's get the Tiffy time cash in correct this time, to where we'll be satisfied. But yeah, that was been grinding my gears for the last few weeks. I just had to get that up.
Griff, over to you.
Man, I want to, my final thoughts, man, just give a huge shout out to WWE, Triple H, and their production staff just these last couple of weeks with these tapings and editings and, and more importantly, man, giving these talent the time off for the holidays to be with their family and stuff. We know, like, years ago, they were working shows and working everything through the holidays and have one day off and then you flying back to the next show, and they're doing things to like make sure the talent is spending a number of time with their families, getting the rest that they needed, and getting themselves ready for WarGames, man. I'm excited. Y'all know the Canadian crowd, especially in Vancouver. Shows in Vancouver is very rare versus the ones they have in Montreal and Toronto. But I'm excited to see what this Vancouver crowd bring. I'm looking forward to the WarGames matches itself, man, both men and women. And it's gonna be some surprises, y'all. I don't know. I'm just, optimistic. I'm just got my seatbelt on, just ready to rock and roll, man. But I'm very excited for this WarGames coming up and happening over there in Canada.
Yeah, Coach, you kind of took my my final thought, but I'm gonna send it in a different direction.
Oh, my bad.
I hope that Tiffy actually gets rewarded the Intercontinental Championship. Or is it U.S. Championship? Sorry, the U.S. Championship. I hope
the U.S. title.
I hope she cashes in on Bayley and whoever else is in that match, and she actually wins that title. We keep the other title on Nia, and we both move forward with the U.S. and the, help me, Griff, World Champ. Which one does Nia have?
Women's.
U.S. and the women's WWE women's.
Thank you. That one.
Liv is the world. Nia is the women's. Liv is the world. Nia is.
You can say it 10 more times, and I promise I'm not gonna remember next week. But I appreciate the effort.
Jackie, that's a great point, because if Queen Nia is on the throne, the other queen, the real true queen, got to come back.
At some point,
you might be onto something.
At some point, Charlotte's coming back to take
She's
all the titles.
Back, man.
Can y'all imagine like her coming down as like a double title champion or something like that? I could go on and on for days about this one, Griff. Don't get me started.
Becky's coming back too.
I don't want that.
You give me Becky Lynch PTSD.
Yeah. Two-belt Charlotte sounds good to me, bro. Go and bring her down here, bro.
Oh my God,
go bring her down here.
Please no.
All right, man. Let's get on. Yeah, exactly. B Dix just said straight Kenny Omega with it. Absolutely,
Kenny
bro.
Omega.
I want all the titles. The Women's World, the WWE. Put the U.S. title right here on her. Let's get her a tag team championship. I'm all down for it, bro. Let my queen rock, bro. Let's go. All right, boys. Let's get on out of here, man. This has been fun. Griff, let the people know where they can find you, bro.
Y'all can tune in to find me on Instagram, GriffNation84, and also on X, formerly known as Twitter, CGriff84.
Coach.
Hey, yep, the coach at Coach Monte24 on Instagram.
You can follow B Dix on Instagram at B_DIXX. You can follow me, Jackie Miles, on Instagram and Twitter at JackieMiles42. Follow us all on Instagram and Twitter at Ebony Championship Wrestling and Ebony Championship Rest. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to these videos. Click the bell so that you are notified every time that the boys are on your screen. This is always fun for us, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is Ebony Championship Wrestling signing off. And Coach, let them know.
You know we never tapping out.
Not once. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good night.